Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Hopefully, you are fine. Today, we are going to discuss about acids in detail. Yesterday, I told you some brief introduction about acids, alkalis, and salts. But inshallah, in my today's lecture, we are supposed to discuss the various aspects of acids in detail. There are two types of acid. One is your natural acid, and other is mineral acid. Natural acid examples are vinegar, orange, lemon, and grapefruit juices all contain acid. And there is even an acid in your stomach which is called as hydrochloric acid, which helps to digest your food. And the other type of acids are called as mineral acids, for example, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and phosphoric acid. My dear students, the basic question is that what are acids? Acid is a substance which we have. There are two definitions of acid. One is general definition and other is definition in chemistry. But today we have to focus about the definition of acids, which is general in nature. So, my dear students, we have a substance with particular chemical properties, including turning litmus paper red, neutralizing alkalis, and dissolving some metals. Typically, a corrosive or sour taste liquid of this kind is called as acid. Yesterday, I told you about the acid, the substance which have sour taste. First thing, secondly, when we introduce litmus paper, it turns litmus paper red, and then when it reacts with alkali, it produces salt and water. So these are three general characteristics which we have discussed yesterday, and today we have to highlight it again. And then it has a strong impact on metals, and it has a corrosive nature. एंड फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल जब ये चूने पे पड़ता है और तो चूने को ये ख़राब कर देता है और उस पर अपना एक कोरिजन इम्पैक्ट डाल देता है. So my dear students, we have to discuss about the origin of word acid. Acid word comes from the Latin word acidius, which means sour, because one of the main characteristics of acid, when we put acid in water and when we are supposed to taste it, it produces sour taste. That's why we call it as acidious, or simply we can say that it is acid. For example, you can taste it. You can also check this statement by tasting vinegar or lemon juice. Now, my dear students, there are certain types of acid like dilute acid, concentrated acid, weak acid, and strong acid. A concentrated acid is that acid in which we have a large amount of acid rather than a small amount of water. If we have a large amount of acid which is mixed with a small amount of water, or we can say that the pure form or almost the pure form of acid is called as concentrated acid. And if if the acid is diluted by putting water or by adding water in large amount, it means that the small amount of acid is mixed with large amount of water, then the acid is called as dilute acid, or we can say that it is diluted. Yes, my dear students, another very important characteristics of acids are acid change the color of litmus from blue to red. For example, if we have a litmus paper, it is available in lab. If you drop the litmus paper in acid solution, the litmus paper will turn red, and if it is for example alkali, that the litmus paper will become blue. Now there are certain I yesterday I told you that there are certain things which we called as indicators, and these indicators, what is the job of these indicators? These indicators are used to identify whether the given substance is acid or base. For example, there are certain indicators. One of the famous indicators is phenolphthalein. When we pour phenolphthalein into acid, it turns the pink color of phenolphthalein to colorless. Yes, basically the color of phenolphthalein is pink. When you drop phenolphthalein in acid, it will become colorless. And there is another indicator, that is methyl orange, and they convert the color of methyl orange from orange yellow to pink. Yes, when we introduce methyl orange to acid, and the color of methyl orange is actually the orange color or yellow color, and when we drop it in acid, its color become pink rather than its actual color is orange or yellow. Acid, they conduct electricity, and some acids are highly corrosive in nature, which means that they corrode or rust metals like sulfuric acid or nitric acid. Yes, and my dear student, this is today's lecture. Inshallah, by tomorrow, sorry, by tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, we have to discuss about the properties of acid and the chemical definition of acid. Thank you, my dear student. Take care by yourself.